And I feel like that is a far more empowering explanation for dreams. So this is an anonymous question by email. And this person says, about 2 months ago, I went to a prayer meeting. Later that night, I had a dream where I tested for a certain disease. The results were negative, but my sister in the dream kept on saying it's positive. I have been paranoid ever since and recently took the test last week, which confirmed I'm negative for this particular disease. The dream still bothers me as it happened right after the prayer meeting, which could have been a warning. What is your interpretation of dreams? Do you think dreams can have a meaning, etc.? So thank you very much for the question. My belief is that dreams are the conscious mind's understanding and interpretation of unconscious physiological processes while we're asleep. So I used to believe that dreams had meanings, trying to tell us something and that kind of thing. And I kind of went into those dream interpretation things and that. But I have to say that I've never had an experience of where I've had a dream and then the meaning has been something and then something, there's been any kind of evidence of that. So we do know that the brain processes information during sleep, including sorting through and prioritizing memories for long-term storage, making sense of experiences, and sorting out what needs to be kept, what can we let go, don't we need to remember, like what we had for breakfast 3 weeks ago, that kind of thing. So as I say, I used to believe that there was more meaning to dreams, but the more I've learned about physiology, neuroscience, brain, how all of that works, the more certain I am that dreams are just the brain processing information and that there's no more need for conscious engagement. In other words, for the conscious mind to look for meanings and do anything at all, no more of that than there is for us to be personally involved when our computer is doing an update. I do find dreams really interesting. And I dream a lot. I also have a lot of lucid dreams and flying dreams and some very weird dreams and sometimes some scary dreams or arguments or that kind of thing. But I always see it as, as I wake up and I go, wow, that was quite a night. There was a lot going on there. But my perception of it is, so my brain must be updating stuff or processing stuff or leveling up, changing things, changing beliefs, updating information, that kind of thing. And I feel like that is a far more empowering explanation for dreams than thinking that they're trying to tell us something or there's something, they're predictive in some way or anything like that. Regarding your specific example of the being tested for the disease and having the dream, after the prayer meeting, I would literally just think, okay, that's probably processing the fact that the results were negative and your sister in the dream was telling you it's positive. If you wanted to kind of a bit more insight there, what is probably more important than the actual disease itself or the results of that is how did it feel in the dream that the results were negative, but your sister was saying it's positive? What was there? So, in other words, perhaps there was a frustration that she wasn't hearing you or a fear that she knows something you don't. And then I would say it's less to do with having a disease than a dynamic or a pattern or a program references to do with your sister, or maybe even not to do with your sister, maybe just in general feeling those feelings. And if that's the case, then it may just have been your brain processing changes you're making or processing extra fear that you have about other things, that kind of thing. Because the way I believe this works is that it's literally about the unconscious part of the brain processing information or updating stuff, just like when a computer updates, does an automatic update, we don't need to physically do anything unless something gets stuck, or then we call a computer technician or whatever. But as a rule, I see the dreams the same way. In other words, interesting, my brain was doing something, and there's nothing I need to do consciously. So I hope that helps. But of course, let me know if you need more information on that or you have any further questions.